liking or disliking anybody. It has everything to do with facts being put out. So because there's been false narratives and lies circulating, I want to clearly share information that I myself personally obtained. I believe it's very important for people to be aware. What they choose to do with the information after it's shared is entirely up to them. This is not me trying to, have them go against T or her husband or stop following them. I'm not trying to get T off the app. This is a response to a threat made to a close friend of mine. And because my child had association with these individuals, I wish somebody would have given me the heads up because I never would have associated myself.
Correct. And the meet and greet that they were going to set up. And
yes, and the meet and greet. That's right.
Without disclosing information, it's a dangerous thing to bring women, children, men, anybody around people that are capable of this.
Right. So I've heard some things. The first part of this live, I'm going to let Monster and Florida Man share what they need to share. I've heard some things. I want her to have the opportunity. Anyone else that has information or pertaining, as long as it's respectful and we stay on topic, that's fine. After Monster finishes sharing what she needs to share or saying what she needs to say, I'll move on to my portion. And at that point, I'll ask everybody just to drop from the boxes till I'm finished. The chat can stay on unless it's hard to read, and then my mods can turn it off and when I turn it back on when I'm done. And then I'll open up my boxes, and I'm more than welcome to have an open mind and to hear things. If people have questions, I don't mind that at all. I am a little bit limited on time, but I think we should be able to get everything out in a good time. So, Monster, if you're here, you can request up.
Also, if time does run short, feel free to DM Tangled or me or Rem or Amanda or Jen or Wendy, any questions you may have, and we'll get the answer for you.
Yep. If this were to go down, Rem has offered her platform. So just in case, make sure everybody follows Rem because it'll move over to hers.
And that offer to DM questions goes out to people that don't like me. I will answer your questions as if you were just a regular person. So, Scammy Claus, feel free to DM me, ask me some questions.
I haven't seen her come in yet. I'll give her a minute.
There's nothing to recap yet.
Yeah, we're just getting started. I was just kind of putting it out there, what it was going to entail, but we haven't even gotten to the specifics yet. I did share with her again. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I have no idea what the monster stuff was about, but I was aware of her post. I did see the video. I did listen to some clips. So if she would like to use her boxes, I said I wouldn't mind.
Is my mic working? Okay. The monster stuff is regarding what Smashley and Robert had said about her, and something Scammy Claus has posted about her.
Okay.
But if she's not in here, you could do this first, and then afterwards, that can be handled in the follow-up.
Okay. I might just do that, just so I don't sit here and start rambling waiting. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. I did. All right. I'm going to be putting stuff on my green screen, but I'm going to be reading it from my iPad because the print is so small. This is a major trigger warning. I just want to let everybody know that if you have to step out, it's fine. If you can't listen at all, that's fine as well. You can either message me. If you choose to see the information, I can send it if you wish, or I can direct you to the place where I got it from. It was free. All it took was an email. And it's public information.
I'd like to reiterate that trigger warning. It's pretty bad. So if you're affected by anything related to this, just scroll out and I'll give you a softer explanation afterwards.
Okay, let's do the question. Oh, Master's here. Well, I'm going to let you up.
Hey y'all, I'm gonna be in the box listening. I'm not home yet from work, but I'm about to get in my car, so I'm just gonna mute for now until I get to my tablet. Okay?
Okay, so what I'm going to do, since I'm going to do my portion first, if you guys wouldn't mind just dropping, I don't want anybody in the boxes when I release this, and then you guys can come right back up.
Of course. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. All right, mods, you can big box me if you want to change the layout, because I'm really not sure how to do it. So just to give a brief introduction, this has to do with Mr. T, Tommy, T's husband. Information has been put out by myself on Amanda's live with his charges. Hold on, let me see. I'm trying to fix this grid. Bear with me, guys. There we go. Okay. So I went live, I green screened his charges. After the charges, I then obtained the indictment and the plea deal. I know that it's been held on various platforms as far as discrepancies, opinions, this is true, that's not true. I'm going to go in detail, but I'm going to start from the beginning with the FOIA. This is what happens first when you call a police department. You make a statement, lodge a report, a complaint. The police type up the statement. It's sent to, the DA, who has the grand jury do the indictment, and they decide whether it's worthy enough to pursue for charges. Again, I'm going to go through the meaning after I finish this part. We'll go through the meaning of the plea deal and what it pertains to in the state of Texas. There's been a lot of opinions about plea deals in regards to this case, and I just want to make sure that everybody understands it's very important to make sure that you are relating it to the state or county at hand. Different states do different things. So with that being said, this is going to be a trigger warning. I'm going to put it up on the green screen. I'm going to read it. And we are going to continue. So let me do enhance. Okay. This is the police report, and I'm going to begin. Just so you know, the individual's mother, the officers, and the resident address have all been redacted for their protection, as well as a medical person's name has been redacted as well. On September 18th, 2000, at approximately 20:50 hours, deputy was dispatched to the Bowie Police Department in reference to a sexual assault. They were advised that the subject had taken a 15-year-old female to Hanging Tree Road, where she was sexually assaulted at Pew Pew Point. Upon arrival, the deputy met with the individual, a 15-year-old, and her mother, Montague County dispatcher notified the investigator, who also responded. In a written statement, the individual advised that she was transported by Tommy Bowman, her stepfather, to a remote location described as Hanging Tree Road in the early morning hours of September 18th, 2000. She stated that Bowie told her that he was going to have schmecks with her. She stated that she ran from the vehicle. She stated that Bowman jumped on top of her and stopped her to escape. She then stated that Bowman backed the vehicle up and then stopped again, that Bowman continued to make his sexual remarks to her and kept asking her to have schmecks with him. She stated that she told him no. She stated that Bowman exited the truck and came to the passenger side where she was seated and told her that if she did not have schmecks with him, that he would unalive her with a pew-pew above her head. He was referring to a pew-pew gun hanging on a pew-pew rack in the back window of the pickup. She told investigators that Bowman removed his pew-pew from the pew-pew rack and pointed it at her. Bowman then threw a notepad to her and told her to write her mother a note. Whew. Hold on, guys. Told her to write a note stating that she loved her and that she had unalived herself with a pew-pew. She stated that Bowman then held her down, told her that it would only take a minute or two. She stated that Bowman pulled off the bottom half of her clothing and had intercourse with her. She stated that Bowman then took her to a residence and let her go. During the interview with the individual, the mother of the individual advised police to look for oil spots on Hanging Tree Road because the vehicle that was driven by Bowman leaked oil. Investigators learned that on the date at approximately 1830 hours, the Bowie Police Department officers had responded to the Bowman's residence in reference to a DV disturbance, or domestic disturbance, sorry. The investigators were told that Bowman had threatened to unalive the individual and the individual's mother with the same pew-pew used in the sexual assault. The Bowie police officers were unable to locate Bowman. The Bowman Police Department did locate the pew-pew at the residence and collected the pew-pew as evidence. They were advised that the victim had dropped a school math paper at the scene on Hanging Tree Road. Chief Deputy traveled to Hanging Tree Road to locate the scene. Another investigator traveled to the Bowie Memorial Hospital with the individual and her mother. Bowie Police Department officer located the vehicle used by Bowman during the assault and located an assault at the location in Bowie. The officer had the vehicle towed to the Montague County Sheriff's Office where it was secured. Two officers that were named arrived at the area of Hanging Tree Road on September 19th, 2000 at approximately 22:47 hours. After a short search of the area, the deputies located a folded piece of paper. Hold on, I got my other one coming up. On the roadway. The officer observed that the piece of paper was a school math paper as described by the individual. A further search of the immediate area revealed a cigarette butt, an empty Coke can without a tab, a Coke can tab, and a spot of oil from where the vehicle had sat, tire tracks, and shoe prints. The investigators photographed the above listed as evidence and collected it. Bowie Memorial Hospital personnel collected evidence from the individual along with the clothing she was wearing. Investigators learned that the individual had changed clothing after the assault, but was still wearing the same undergarments. They took the possession of the sexual assault kit and the clothing. The investigator arrived at the Bowie Memorial Hospital and spoke with a PA there who advised that she had located and collected sperm from the individual's private area. It was photographed. She was photographed, and the investigator observed abrasions on both of her knees. She stated that she received the abrasions from Bowman during her attempt to escape from the vehicle prior to the assault. The investigator learned from the individual that the shirt and jeans that she was wearing at the time of the assault were in her bedroom located on, and I blocked out her address. The investigators then traveled to the residence with her and her mother and arrived at approximately 0.39 hours. Bowman was not located at the residence. They did obtain written permission from the individual and the individual's mother before entering the residence. He then entered the residence and was directed to the clothing by the individual, photographed it, collected it, the shirt and jeans as evidence. On September 19th, 2000, at approximately 12:40 hours, they executed a search warrant for the vehicle located at the Sheriff's Department. There, they located 24 12-gauge Q gun shells in the cab of the pickup. Also located was a plastic detachable back window pew-pew rack behind the seat. They could see where the pew-pew rack had been mounted to the back glass. The sheriff used a Luma light on the interior of the vehicle and located 9 items of evidence that appeared to be bodily fluids. These items were photographed and collected as evidence. Let me just take this down, guys. I need a minute to breathe. Okay. I think it's very important that this is out there. This is disgusting. I thought the indictment was bad. This was horrible. Thus the trigger warning. I'm okay. I've read it multiple times. It's every time I read it, I can't. My daughter's the same age as this girl, so it just makes it that much. It's horrible. I do have copies of the indictment. I do also have copies of the plea deal. What I want to put up and of course the charges that I first put out. Now, let me pull up the plea deal because let's find it. There we go. Okay. So out of the 4 counts, this has been shown. I'm sure T has shown it because everybody's screaming it. He only pled to the 4th. All the others were dismissed. That's not actually correct wording. Okay. So yes, he pled to aggravated kidnapping. What I want to direct you to is this. I made a post about this. I shared it to Scammy Claus. I think I tagged Smash because those were people that I was hearing had questionable, questions about what was being put out there. This is in regards to Texas. I cross-referenced it between this app, this information that I'm showing, with Texas law websites. And also I spoke with my personal attorney who works at the DA office in my state, but in relates to Texas law, she kind of guided me to the right things. So when someone is charged with aggravated sexual assault, like Mr. T, this is what he was charged with, okay? And aggravated kidnapping. Prosecutors commonly use one charge as leverage to get a plea deal on the other. Okay? These charges often occur together because an aggravated kidnapping can be the aggravating factor that elevates the SA, or vice versa. Okay. When prosecutors dismiss, drop, or quote unquote no bill the other charges, like aggravated sexual assault, and only proceed with aggravated kidnapping, it means one of numerous things that I'm going to read off. I have not found out which one of these things caused them to make that decision. I don't know if I can even get that. An important factor is it's either the evidence is weaker, the victim doesn't want to testify, a plea deal was reached, or there were legal issues on how the evidence was obtained, or prosecutors wanted a guaranteed conviction on the napping. They just wanted a guarantee. Now, this is very important. This is what it does not mean. Him taking a plea on only the fourth count does not mean the event didn't happen, the state proved it at false, the person was cleared, or the person was found not guilty. Just because the controlling charges count for aggravated kidnapping, drop does not mean innocent, drop does not mean proven false. The only thing that legally proves innocence is a non-guilty verdict or a finding of actual innocence, which in this case they're saying is very rare because it requires strong new evidence. What it actually means, we are not going forward with this charge right now. Now, the prosecutor might have dropped a charge, even if they believed it happened. There is some evidence. The victim told the truth, and they think the defendant is guilty because they only need one strong charge for a plea. They don't need all four. And the reason for that is because, where did my things go? Hold on, guys. Oh, here we go. Kidnapping could be easier to prove. Sexual assault may rely heavily on the victim testimony. A plea to kidnapping guarantees prison. It still carries a 5 to 99 year or life sentence. So the state gets a solid conviction without risking a trial. Not always because the state didn't think they would win. It's to protect the victim. Especially, I hate using that word, but I'm reading off the thing. It's to protect the individual. It's to protect, but still have him pay for his crimes, if you can understand what I'm saying. Um, a dropped charge can still be considered in some contexts, like risk assessments, protective orders, parole decisions, sentencing. But, just because there was only one out of the four doesn't mean that the other three did not happen. It doesn't mean that the indictment was wrong. It does not mean that the FOIA or the police statement was incorrect. With the amount of detail that these things entailed, I believe that it just came down to a plea deal. And I'm still looking, I don't want to look too much into the individual's side of it as far as having a lifelong protective. I don't know that. I don't want to look into that individual. I wanted to look into this individual because this, again, is personal for me because my child was in contact with T and he was in the background and she was on camera. Again, if anybody's coming in and they missed any part of this, I gave permission for it to be streamed. I gave permission for Spilled to put it up. I don't have a problem with people recording my lives at all. This is information that I believe needs to get out there so people can be aware. Again, if it was brought to my attention and if somebody informed me about it, I would have not been around the person and I definitely would have not had my child present in off-app conversations. But that's all I have right now, so I can open up my boxes. Monster, if you'd like to come up and say what you have to say, I will allow you up, and anybody else that has anything to support that. I'm just going to go on mute for a few minutes because I just need to breathe. I am paying attention to the comments, guys, now. I apologize. I didn't want to get sidetracked. I really needed to get through this. It's very important that people know. And again, if anybody missed anything, reach out to me. I can point you in the direction to get it. I don't falsify anything. Everything has a seal, everything has a thumbprint. Okay, this. Who else is requesting?
You did good.
Thanks. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. I appreciate you guys for supporting me. I really did my best to kind of get through it. It's hard,
You
and
did
I know
good.
it's a lot.
It is a lot. You did good. Not many people can do that and read that level of detail, especially from people that allowed people to get close to them and did not disclose that information.
Yeah, that's just, I can't, I still am trying to, I'm still in shock over this whole thing. This was the last missing, what I would quote unquote call a puzzle piece to kind of tie it all together, for me to kind of understand. And one thing that it did do was open my eyes that T's story was a fucking lie. And she lied to people on here because that's not what happened. She was not going to school. She was not doing all these other things. She was brought to a disclosed, basically dirt road in the middle of nowhere and then just dropped off at a house afterwards. Big difference than a rebellious teenager that lies, so she said. How dare you?
I agree. I believe T knew because her story changed 8 times, and nothing beats direct from the source, direct from the police station, from the courthouse. By the way, he did admit to all of that because when he stipulated the evidence, he said the victim's statement was true.
Hey, I want to say, hey, hold on one second, Florida man. I've muted one person twice now that's in the chat that's starting stuff with individuals that this is not about right now. So I'm not muting the truth. I'm muting someone who is going off topic in the chat. This is about what T's husband has. This is about T's husband. It's not about who you support, who you don't like, who you don't anything else. So just know I did not mute the truth. I muted someone who was calling someone names in the chat.
All
I would
right,
mute
thank you,
them for the
Wendy.
entire live, Wendy.
Yeah, listen, this has nothing, there's a lot of people that are in here that don't get along. Please, I just ask, this is for information that I want everybody to know. Keep your personal stuff out for right now. This is important.
Well, that's what I said. I think that no matter what side you're on, who you like, who you don't like, everyone should fucking come together for the well-being of a fucking child. Tangled, can you answer a question for me, please?
Yes.
From my understanding, T had said that she worked with this child, and that's how she quote-unquote got access to talk to her about it. But
Yes,
this would have been his stepdaughter, correct?
that's what it was stated as in the police report, that it was his stepdaughter, correct? Now, when she worked with her, because I did hear T say that in a live, I don't know. It could have been when this child was 15. It could have been a couple years later. Who knows? I don't know. I did know that she said that she worked with her in like a nursing home or something where T was a CNA and the individual was a housekeeper. She did state that.
At
As
15.
far as when that happened, I don't have a clue. But again, that didn't come out. I think it was Scammy Claus's live where she said it. But the first time that came out was Broken's live, and she said she contacted it. Well, without being clear, when people hear contacted, people think you called her or drove to her house. Like, we don't know. It's not clear. How did you contact her? Why did you contact her? But yeah, that's I don't know the specifics, but I do know she said that.
Mittens, I don't know if you want to be in here right now, honey.
Team Judge Truth getting attacked down in the comments. I spoke to her and she did not agree with T whatsoever, so I don't know where the idea came from that she did. There were
Yeah, please don't attack Judge Truth. I don't do that, guys.
I didn't hear that she's even spoke on it.
no, she hasn't. She was in Scamming Closet's chat listening, as everybody is entitled to do, get all sides. But she was telling people to stop attacking people that were telling the truth, that were telling Scamming Closet, hey, it's on paper, and people were attacking them in the chat, and she was saying, hey, let these people speak.
That
That's
kind of
what
goes
she
back
was.
to the point of just because somebody's in your chat doesn't mean that they fucking agree with your thoughts and opinions.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but also please do have a conversation with them before you go off in front of 200 people and just say, hey, this, because that's how that false narrative stuff gets started. But that's all I had to say about that.
I'm sorry, this is sick. Like, it's sick. I don't care who you hate on this app, who you think is trash on this app. Everybody should be fucking outraged by this shit. It's not just a hearsay. What Tangled just had to read, as a mom listening, and I'm sure a lot of you, at least a lot of you that I know, your insides are probably fucking on fire right now.
How bad that Tangled had to read that. That has gotten to the point to where the docket wasn't enough, the indictment wasn't enough. This probably won't be enough, but it doesn't matter what they think. If they want to defend that person, they have to be the ones to sleep at night.
That's just...
Yeah, the purpose of this was for information to get out so people can be aware. I morally cannot have this information and let people that still are over there that I care about, some people, or if they weren't once over there or about to go over there, and not share this. It's important. It has nothing to do with me trying to get her off the app, me trying to get people not to follow her. People can do what they want to do. They might still support her. She might gain more supporters. That's fine. That just tells me where I can limit the people that have access to me for my own boundaries, because I don't want to be associated with people when it comes to that. And just to be clear too about this, it happened 20 years ago, 25 years ago. When specific types of offenses are involved, how long ago the charges and convictions occurred is irrelevant if there's signs that are concerning behavior is continuing. And that's what happened. The threats were made on a live, and here we are. So stop with it happened over 20 years ago. I believe people can change, yes, for certain things. Once a predator and then repeating, I don't believe, that's just my belief. That's my opinion. The P3DOs and all that, they don't get any grace with me. That's it.
With your opinion.
That's fact right there. I don't think a P3DO can rehabilitate myself personally. So it's on for life. It could have happened 100 years ago. I don't care.
Well, I mean, and look, the first thing he went to the day he got pissed off in boxes was violence in SA.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Ram.
Hi, Ram.
You doing okay?
No. Gemini, you good?
I'm okay. Thank you.
Listen, I don't give a fuck what anybody else has said. If you're going to support T, block me. I want nothing to fucking do with you, disgusting motherfuckers, if you want to support T. Hi, everybody. And I can't fucking believe I sat on a T. You better hope and fucking pray I can't get to Texas. That's all I'm going to say, you fucking dumb cunt. Oh.
Several have asked in the chat if Dora has spoke anything on this.
Nope, but Dora knew. Dora knew. Are you people listening to me? Dora knew. It is my opinion and my factual in my brain. Dora fucking knew. And Dora, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to destroy you, Dora.
I'll
And
text
T,
you.
I ain't done with you.
I'll text you after this room. I just got off the phone today with United Health, so I'll update you on that.
Dora ran quietly to the other side so she could make money off of true crime, but she didn't want to speak on this true crime.
Yeah, I'll be live later, Breezy, speaking on something about Dora, because you're not gonna fuck one of my friends over and just be quiet about it.
Let's save the Dora talk for OG's live, and then keep this one on the factual information that got put out today from Tangled.
That's
Correct,
fine.
OG.
I
I
just
would
wanted
really
to.
like to be in that live with you as well.
Absolutely, John. To the person in the comments that said, did the girl agree to this being put out? This is public information. I'm sure she would love for fucking 263 people to back her and know that 263 people have her back, even if it was 25 fucking years ago.
Also, for public safety, the fact that they wanted to do a meet and greet, threatened Amanda, threatened violence, threatened SA, wanted to meet Monster by herself. It's seriously a public safety issue, because we don't know what their plans are. If they were not going to disclose this, who knows what was going to happen.
I'm just going through, I think. Monster. Okay, Monster's gonna go live after this. Okay. So
I was gonna
we
say
can
I can
all
drop
go.
if Munster wants to get up if y'all want to direct it there. I'm
It's
just
yeah, it's
here
up
for
to
support.
I'll drop
it's
you.
up to it's up to no it's up to her. It's up to no. Woo, my words are jumbling. Monster is more than welcome to use my platform. If she wants to do it on hers, then we can go over and support and listen as well. I want to hear because I like to hear all sides of things as well. Okay. Okay, Monster, I got it. I got you.
It is partially due to this Monster. Come on up. There's a lot of people here. Word will spread easier. We can do it on yours after, too. This is very on topic, because this has to do with, again, people deflecting from his husband.
Monster, I'm going to have to agree with that. I think that because you're being put in a place trying to deflect your voice due to similar situations and similar people, that it would be a good time for you to explain it.
Hey, before that, Tangled. Someone in the chat says, why does T say it was dismissed? I don't know if you can address like the charges for this person again and how the indictment worked and all that kind of stuff, or maybe just redirect Ashley K back to somebody's replay of the live.
Hey,
Okay,
Ashley,
so
can you send a
yeah,
DM?
yeah, you can send a DM, Ashley, and I can send you the paperwork, but in a nutshell, nothing was dismissed. The paperwork I have, there's no verbiage of saying dropped or dismissed. He pled down, okay? He pled down to a aggravated kidnapping, and the aggravated part is what people need to focus on. People need to stop saying he pled down to kidnapping because that doesn't match it. It's aggravated. And that's the key factor that when I went through and explained what aggravated can mean, that's where the schmexual aspects come into play that combine the SA. Nothing was dismissed. It's just when you pull it up, you're not going to see the other ones if you just look at the plea. You'll see them when you look at the charges, but that doesn't mean that they were dropped. I encourage people to educate themselves when it comes to Texas law in regards to this case, if they wish to do so, and go through it and really understand the lawyer verbiage, the court verbiage. It takes time. I spent hours on it because I wanted to make sure that I was understanding it correctly and putting factual information out there.
Can
And
I
not
ask a
only,
question?
1 second, not only did she spend hours on it, I spent hours on it, and I sent everything I had to her for her to fact check right alongside to see if I was wrong about anything. There was I would say, 10, 12 hours of research put into it, and it's good to know. And about the DNA, while they collected 9 samples of DNA, it matched. Go ahead, Chi.
Okay, as a child, as a victim of being myself from 3 to 13 by my biological S8 as a childhood dad on America's Most Wanted,
This shit hits pretty home. Are you saying that this T woman is still with the man? I shared my story for the first time last week. Are you saying, did I hear that correctly? They're still together? The mother and the...
T is still married to
Yes.
Tommy, who's the person that did this. Yes, they were married in November 5th of 2010, and I believe he was out of jail in '09, if I'm not mistaken.
Extra.
Yeah,
She is not. She is. T is married to Tommy, but T is not the mother of the victim. T is after. T is after this. The mother of the victim is no longer with. Not in the picture.
Okay. Thank you. That was my question.
the mother actually did a lot to help get justice for the child.
One more thing, and I don't know if you can clarify this for them. When you got all of these paperworks and all of the things that you've obtained, Tangled, anywhere was there anything discussed about the DNA? Is there any way to get that DNA? I'm pretty sure that that's closed. We can't get that, correct?
I didn't see anything in regards to the DNA besides the fact that a kit was done and 9 samples were taken from the inside of the pickup truck. Um, I myself will not be pursuing into the details of that because that's just something I can't handle. It doesn't mean that I don't want to know if it matched or if it didn't match. It doesn't say it didn't match. It didn't match. So, if somebody wants to look into the details of that, I don't know if that would be released because
I did.
it's very strict on the laws.
Yeah, I looked into it. I tried to get it. You can't get it. Under there's so few circumstances that anybody but the victim can get it. Even the parents, the guardians of the victim, they would have a hard time getting it.
To the people in the chat saying that Dora's holding alive right now, I'm going to tell you something about how TikTok works. And whenever there's information being exposed on someone that is negative, as something like this is, the other party, the other group of people, they go live to immediately draw their people into that live so that they don't hear the truth. So it's not, I'm sure Dora's live is not about the situation. I'm sure it's about something else, but it's to get those people, i.e. Batty, Albie, Amber, Tequila, the people that continue to sit there and love T and tell her what a wonderful person her and her husband are. They're not able to see it here. They're over there having another thing.
Yeah. So the DNA, nobody can get it but the victim, really. That's about it. But when Tommy stipulated the evidence, he admitted all of it was factual, and the DNA that was collected turned out to be factual based off of the stipulation alone. The fact that no charges were reduced or dropped throughout the whole process, and they were on the docket, it means they had solid evidence and more than enough to convict him.
I just want to say something too, like on this. So basically, when we were going live and we were holding the awareness after the court paperwork came out, it basically happened exactly like we fucking said. And we were called liars. We had people turn their backs on us for standing up and speaking out. And it's really unfortunate because being villainized, right, after just trying to bring the truth out is fucking disgusting. And you did the right thing by blocking me because I'd have done the same fucking thing after this. You guys made me sick. The people that stood against us, that were trying to do the right thing, y'all have to sleep with yourselves at night, for real.
Well, the people that, quote, turned their back on you were never your people. They were just pretending to be. That's all it was. So don't feel bad about that. And I liked it the way Tangled put it out. I didn't even know it was a minor. I got to point that out because the way Tangled put it out was an advisory. This person has this, be careful. And it was T that put out false information that had to be disproven. So the next time someone puts out an advisory about you and they're kind about it, because Tangled was very kind about it, but just by saying, hey, they have this, watch out.
It's just kind of crazy, though, that it was said that the only reason that this came out was because y'all were poking at T because of a fight. But what was my motive? I sat over there. So don't you think that if I'm talking about it, that, you know, it just made no fucking sense. It's gross.
I can
Yeah, I
actually say,
mean, this like didn't have anything. Like, yes, I've been poking at Tia and Dora for months. Yes, I have. And I've stated that. I've shared why. Now, when the threats happened on a live to Amanda and to Florida Man and to Amanda's husband, and I believe Mush, if I'm not mistaken, I have to look back at the recordings.
Much, yeah.
Um, that is what got me, because Amanda was thinking about pursuing charges. Well, to pursue charges, we need to find out information so he can be properly served. So when I was looking it up, this popped up. This is a whole nother ballpark. So this was not done in retaliation. This was done as a red flag. People need to be aware, holy shit moment. That it puts all the other shit of the beef and all the other lying and all this stuff aside.
I agree with that too, and that's what I'm saying. After she had blocked me initially for being upset about the threats that were made in my live toward people, I had heard the paperwork in this situation, and that was just it. It would have been over had she not blocked me anyway. So,
Hey, Tangled. I've had multiple questions in the chat about what actually happens when a victim comes into the hospital for something like this, and they're asking me questions and ask me if I would explain it, but I don't want to do that unless you want that said on here.
Let me. I gotta go. I'll be back. I gotta go.
I don't have to do it, Rim. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm
It's
asking.
okay.
I don't want to put it
They
out
want to
there.
know. I'm good.
Yeah, hold
I'll be
on,
back.
wait. I don't feel comfortable just because I don't want to hear it.
Okay,
So if
that's
they
why I
don't
haven't.
mind,
That's why I didn't address it.
yeah.
I don't.
So if they
Yeah.
don't mind reaching out to you, like sending you a message and you can explain it,
That's
I really don't
absolutely
want
fine.
to.
But just so
Okay,
you
thank
know, and
you.
I'm not talking about details, but just so you know, when someone comes into the ER, like with these, with this situation, there are specific nurses called SANE, SANE nurses that handle all of this. They are trained in what to do and how to handle the information, how to handle the actual examinations and all that all the evidence and that kind of stuff. It's not just some RN that walks in the room and does the things that need to be done. It is a specifically trained SANE, sane nurse that does these things.
and yes, I agree with the comments. They can Google it. I did. I don't regret it, but I don't want to Google it again.
Correct. And it is a whole team. As Stephanie said, it's a whole team. The police are there, the staff, all the hospital staff are there, the physician or the provider is there. It is not just walk in, and it's not like that. Traumatic for the victim. And I feel like that is probably the mother was protecting the victim from having to go through anything else with trial and all those kind of things. Because as many people have said, there are a lot of people that have experienced these kind of things, and it is not something that you need to relive over and over and over again.
I would like to say about T, though, I never had nothing against T, except for she fucked too many of my people over. And I just stood in solidarity with them and made grinder jokes until he made the threat to Amanda. And then that's when I got into it.
Um, all right, Barb, I know you're in a box. I don't really know who you are, but I let you up. And I think, Nikki, if you're still here, Queen Witch, I saw you requesting. I didn't catch it in time. I just want to make sure anybody that, okay, she didn't want to be in a box. Anybody that wants to be in a box to talk, to do so. Monster, if you want to start, you can. If you want to do it on your live, you can. It's your decision. I have about maybe 30 more minutes, and then I have to get back to my family.
yeah, so basically, my stuff's just about when I started being loud about the situation. There are larger creators that decided to, in defense of T and her husband, for whatever weird ass reason, thinks that they're going to discredit people and lie on them. I have posted a couple videos about that situation. They're trying to say that I had defended somebody that I never did. I can actually prove that. And I posted a video about that same group of people actually being in that person's box, flirting and trying to meet up with that person. So when people are trying to discredit people that are standing up for the right things, please pay attention. There's a reason. When people try to go around and silence others that are standing up for what's right, there's a reason. Yeah. So do your research. Don't be throwing around dry bones and things that you have no idea what you're talking about. It was said in Broken's Live last night by Robert, brought to the app that I defended somebody that I didn't. And this is all just to discredit me for standing up for this child, which is actually fucking sick if you think about it. Pay attention. It's actually eye-opening. The people that are fucking standing in... I'm so sorry, I'm going to get loud. People that are standing in front of T and her husband, they're doing it at a cost. They're doing it and they're taking people that are actually good and dragging them through the mud. And you shouldn't do that.
So what Robert said about Monster is completely untrue. Monster messaged me as soon as she found out about Ty's charges. And she was upset about it. And she was upset because, well, she doesn't agree with that stuff. She walked away. What they don't understand is that people do talk on the back end. We're not always plotting, ever, really. Most of the time, we're just talking about what's going on. And she had messaged me, and we had a long conversation about that.
Mm-hmm. I was sad because I thought that... So when I was scrolling lives, I came across that guy, Ty, right? And I thought he was being bullied. You know how they fucking bully people. They stream them. They fucking talk about them. They make fun of them. I thought that that is what was happening. So
you remember, Monster, you texted me when you found him, too, and you said, I think he's being bullied.
I did. And I told you about the Texas Tiff situation and her being in the box and all the things. Scammy Claus actually made a video and crossed out all of that stuff. So weird. They're going to lengths to discredit people that are doing the right thing, and it's actually really gross.
So you were upset about finding out about that, and you told me,
Yep.
I can't fuck with him. I'm never going to be nice to people again randomly. And I told you, well, still be nice to people because it's their fault for not disclosing that information to you.
Right.
And I'm not speaking... Hey, Jen, hold on one second. I'm going to drop after I say this. I'm not speaking on any specific creator, but as someone who doesn't hold a lot of lives any longer because of life, I think that you saying, or people saying that they want to have a safe place for people to come, and in that you open up your boxes and things for everyone by allowing someone a safe place who has done these things and lied about these things or lied about something else that's happened. You're creating a safe space for them, but the people that are triggered by that person on just sitting there, that's not a safe place for everyone. So whenever you create a safe space, it should be, hey, Tangled, check yourself.
It's so gross, Wendy. It's so gross. And then people getting unmodded for doing the right thing, that's sick too.
Your camera, Tangled.
I've lost a lot of friends over this situation, and it's actually really fucking sad.
They were never your friends.
Okay, thank you. It's just a puppy. I'm good.
They were never your
Okay, I
friends.
was letting you know.
Doing the right... Sorry, Floater Man. Doing the right thing comes at a cost, and I have learned really quickly who's good and who's bad, so please keep letting the masks fall. Okay?
But remember, Monster,
Can I
I'm just informed that T is live and that T is streaming.
good. T, you're
I just want to say one thing and then I'm going to drop. It was brought up that when this fucking piece of shit threatened FM and myself in that box, in Monster's box, there was laughing. That you heard chuckling. That was me because I was laughing because his threat was laughable. Fuck that piece of shit. Anything he had to say is fucking garbage. And I was laughing that he was trying to even fucking threaten me. So that's where the laughing came in.
I also said that he would have to match with me on Grindr because he can threaten me all he wants, but he can't threaten any woman. He can threaten me all he wants.
His threat was fucking laughable. Fuck him and fuck the horse he rode in on and all the things. Fuck that dude.
So that happened in my live. I just want to say...
One second. Jen's been trying to chime in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
I just want to point out that last night, I know that everybody feels differently. We all know where I sit with Smash. They did try to bring this to her platform last night and tried to set Monster up to be in a live that she wasn't in, tried to make it sound like she was hard supporting this man. And Smash did say that was a dirty ass move. That is not Monster. She did apologize for being deceived into believing it was Monster. So the video that Scummy has out there is an absolute. It's made to make you look in a different direction. It's sick. It's wrong, and that did not happen. It needs to be pointed out. Monster did not sit with this man,
No.
making it look that way.
I literally was in his lives 2 times, I think. And the only reason why I would go in is because I saw what was happening. And like, I thought he was being bullied for no reason. And I was just trying to make him smile. That's literally all I was doing.
And T, if you're streaming this, I recommend your chat and your people in your boxes go to Spill the Tea on the FYP and listen to the beginning of it about the things your husband has done. So everyone, go over there and listen to it after the live ends.
Well,
It's
that's
not, it's not
Can
going to
I
be
say
it's not going to be an awkward dinner for T because she already knew.
Can I say something? Because I'm at work and I gotta hop down. I know you're streaming, T, and I want you to listen to me. And I mean this with the utmost disrespect possible. Your husband does not deserve to breathe air for what he did to that girl. And you, T, are the biggest piece of shit for lying and supporting that piece of shit. I ain't even gonna call him a man because he ain't a man. You're just as guilty as he is in my eyes. And I hope you both rot in hell.
Skimmy Claus said today that I deserve a wood chipper for defending somebody that I never defended while she was live defending T's husband. Make that make sense. I absolutely think that you all deserve to be on a registry for sympathizing with a rapist. I'm sorry, you do.
Okay, Monster, can we talk?
Sure.
I didn't unmod you because you're standing up. Stand up. Protect it. I want you to do that. I unmodded so many people. This is pulling things that I have tried and been in therapy to fucking deal with, Monster.
Don't let me cry, bitch.
I have to fucking go to the rainbows and unicorn side of the app.
1 second. Broken, can I clear one thing up with you real quick? Can you please admit that you body shamed Jen and apologize to her?
I apologize. Jen Savage, I apologize. Last night was sarcastic, but I did have a genuine one. I don't think you were in there because I seen that somebody muted you. I apologize.
I was watching you gaslight her and smashes, and I thought that was wrong.
It was wrong, and then holding the live and being so condescending towards me really takes away the value of the apology. And I'm not sorry that I said that. You could have had a conversation. I may have been hard and said some things that were hard to hear, or you didn't want to hear, or maybe they're not true. But you're out here just spewing, trying to make yourself. You're trying to hold accountability for the things that you continue to say. Is my point, Broken? And last night's live was a total fuck you to me. And because Florida Man said that, you're apologizing again. And again, it's to me that's not accountability. That's just trying to get your fucking self out of the line of fire again. That's my opinion.
Can I say something to the chat? Now's a good time because Jen deserves a genuine apology because Broken has been gaslighting the fuck out of Jen. And I really feel like Jen deserves the opportunity to get closure to that. However Jen chooses. If she doesn't accept the apology, that's up to Jen, but
she's allowed to not accept my apology. I did listen to what you said. You said it, it ain't happening. And I'm like, all right, I apologize. But the fact of the matter is I don't have an opinion on this shit because I can't have a fucking, I can't.
Why? Why can't you?
Because
Why?
I have a past, monster.
I'm
Because I
sorry, I
have
don't want to
fucking
yell.
trauma, monster.
Okay, that's all right.
Broken, no defense. I have
And
a
I
past as
understand.
well. I think a lot of people have a past, and I do have an opinion on this because of my past. I have an opinion on this because I'm a human being. I have an opinion on this because at some point
It was a
someone
child.
was hurt that was
I
a child.
understand, monster, but do you understand that I
I
have
have to
been on
just.
lives where I showed my fucking daughter
Hey,
to these
broken.
people?
Broken. If you had a past and you seen the docket information, you sat there and you listened to T's explanation, and then you defended her in a live
I
afterward. If
I
it affected,
didn't.
hold on, if you did actually, if it affected your past so much, why would you not see the docket information and just be like, "Whoa, I'm out"? Because that would
I
be.
asked that night, did she know about it?
Sarah,
I
I
would.
know that Tangled. I know that you have a limited time frame. Do you want this to? Do you want to redirect this back to what the topic is? I'm just asking you as the host.
Yeah,
Move it to a
I'm
different
sorry.
platform as well.
Broken, listen.
I have a few minutes. I'm outside right now, so I'm listening. I'm kind of letting them talk it out. I literally probably have like 10 more minutes.
I
So
don't
I don't
want
know
to
if
come in
somebody
your
was
way.
going to go live after me or what. But I have about 10 more minutes.
Monster. Can we
Broken,
let
if you
this
want
jail?
to.
Thank you.
Can I say something real quick? Broken, I don't know you, but what I can tell you is pushing it down and not dealing with it because you have a past is going to make it worse. And I know that's what you're doing because I had to learn not to do that. It took a lot of therapy. So while you say you can't have an opinion on it, you do have an opinion. It will come out and it will bite you in the butt if you don't deal with it properly. Talk to a professional, deal with it because it doesn't go away. It never goes away.
You're right, SJ. That
Ever.
I do have a professional.
Ever.
I am in therapy.
You do.
I do. I am. I am. I've been
That's
in
all I
therapy
needed.
for the last 20 years over it.
I wouldn't want anything like that within 6 degrees of me. I'm just saying. If you married one, let me know so I can go ahead and remove you.
She fucking lied on your platform and made everyone in there look so stupid. It makes me sick too, Broken, because literally she was in your box saying that allowing Jenny to say a child didn't exist. I mean, I mean, bro.
Hey, at the end of the day, if she chooses to sit with T, that's her choice.
No, and I'm not forcing it. I'm just very confused. I thought people were fucking. I don't
Some
know
people.
what I thought.
I do
I'm
want to say
I'm
this, and I
disappointed.
don't know who it was last night. I can't because I don't follow everybody, but there was someone in a box. I think it might have been in T's live that I was watching on YouTube that said that they were going to focus on a real victim now. If after hearing this stuff, you still do not think that there was a victim in this situation with T's husband, you are crazy. You are absolutely fucking crazy.
I believe
Yeah,
monsters going.
I do have to agree with well, I'm not really agreeing. This is my opinion on it. I understand, especially with tonight, it was a lot. Um, Adding to what was already out there that people still may be processing that are close with her and or her husband. And not everybody is on the same time schedule as far as that. I think there's a lot of thoughts and personal things that each individual has to process. That's why I said whatever decision people make, if they are close to me, I'll know what to do. I'm not here to dictate what people should do. I'm not here to tell people what they should do. But in my opinion, these are horrible charges. And as being close to this person for about 3 years and having my child on a screen in a FaceTime call as well, I know exactly how that feels.
Doing it the right way and sending the right message of this is not to force anybody to not be around T, but y'all's actions determine my actions. And my actions will be I don't want nothing like that around me or people that condone stuff like that around me. And that's where I'm at.
Broken, can I just say something to you? Nobody gets to tell you how you get to deal with your trauma, your past, your history, nothing. Not me, not Jack across the street, not a single person from this net or net. You get to deal with that your own way. but obviously there's something there that has you hurt. So what I think everybody's the people that care about you is concerned, is that they see you sitting with someone that's only going to expose you to more of that trauma, and they don't understand why that's just not a hard no for you to protect your peace. So I think that that's why a lot of people are coming at you the way they do, because they do care about you. But someone said in the comments that you get to deal with your trauma the way you want to, and you absolutely do. Not me, not anyone else gets to tell you any different.
Tangled. One more thing. If you sit in the tea,
Yes.
don't ever meet him. Don't go to no meet and greets. Don't accept any, don't meet him. Don't do that. It's dangerous. But you guys have a good night. I appreciate you, Tango. Thank you, Mitch, Jen, Wendy, Monster,
Yeah. Thank you, Florida man.
Ram, Amanda, all that. I'll see y'all around.
Thank you, FM. I don't care how long it's been. This shit will never, ever, ever go away for people. Trust me, I know firsthand.
All right. Does anybody have anything they wish to talk about? Because I do have to get back to my family time. I only had a little bit of time, but I'm willing to answer any questions if anybody has. If you need to send me a message directly, or if you see me in a live, if I'm able to get in a box, I will. But my family comes first, and I only have between working and everything, I only have certain slots of time that I'm available. But if I don't know if anybody else has anything. I'm going to end it. I don't know. I think Monster might go live. I'm not sure if people wanted to go over there. But that's it. That's all I have. And I know it's a lot, guys. I thank the people for listening. I thank the people for keeping it respectful. I'm still processing everything. It's going to probably take me a while, and just like it's going to take people their individual amount. But I want to thank my mods and everybody for coming and
Thank you,
helping
Tango,
me.
for doing this.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
thank you, and thank you guys for showing up.
Thank you, Tangled.
We appreciate you all.
One thing.
Yes.
T, you just sat there in your live and you just said that Tommy was the victim. You
Wow.
just said Tommy was the victim.
Well, he did 9 years for being a victim, so he's not a victim.
I have never
Wow.
been so disgusted or
I don't
angry.
I don't even have any words for that right now. But wow.
I do, but this
I
is
can't
your
believe that shit.
I do, but this is your live, and I respect you, Tangled, and I love you. And I won't say these words what I want to say on your platform, but I will
Okay.
get them out tonight. I guarantee you.
All right. I appreciate that, Nikki.
All right, love
Um,
you.
love you too, girl. But
Tango,
yeah,
thank you
thank you
so
for
much.
you're
Thank you,
welcome.
Tangled.
Thank you everybody who came up in my boxes. Again, thank you for setting some time aside and just having an open ear. Again, I am willing to share where I got the information from. It's all public record. I can send it to people if they request it. I just, it's a big trigger warning. But with that, I'm going to end. Thank you, everybody. And I'm not sure who's going live next, but we'll see you on the streets.